G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to show you how to set up Google Analytics G4. Now this is a video that will contain two parts. So if you're in the camp where you've had Google Universal Analytics and Google's just shut it down on you, well, what you'll need to do is watch the first section of this video. I'm going to show you exactly how you would set up Google Analytics G4 if you've already installed Google Analytics Universal. Okay, so first section's for you. But if you're brand new to Google Analytics G4, you've never installed Google Analytics across your website before, the second part of the video is for you. So just skip down to where you need to be down below and let's jump into it. Now, let's say, like I said, you've already installed Google UA, Universal Analytics, going to call it UA from here, guys. So you've already installed that on your site. Here's that bad boy right here. This is exactly how it looks for you. What do you do to install G4? All right, well, this is how you set up Google Analytics G4. Such a mouthful. Now, what you're going to need to do is just make sure that you're in UA. Now, obviously, I've already got it on my website. I'm going to walk you through what exactly you need to do. So you want to make sure that you have UA and then come across to your website data. So you're in here. Now, this is what you would want to do. So you're going to come down to the admin section down here. Okay, so click on that. Now, what's going to happen is you'll have Google Analytics 4, so GA4, and it's going to say Setup Assistant. Now, if you notice, you click on this little tab up here. Let me actually zoom in a little bit more for you guys. So if you click on this tab up here and you don't have a G4, so you can see that we've got a GA4 right there, a Google Analytics 4 account. If you don't have that, do this. So you've gone into admin. The next thing you'll look for is the GA4 Setup Assistant. Click on that. Now, what will happen for you is you're going to have this big, pretty button right here. So you'll click on that button and automatically what's going to happen is Google's going to take you across to the G4. As you can see, mine's already connected, so it'll show this. If you are not connected, it's not going to work for you. So you would click on that button. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to take me across to my Google Analytics G4. So I've already set up my Google Analytics G4 account, and this is what we'd be looking at. So this is in the back end of the account for me. Now, you'll have two options, okay? So let's just say you haven't set it up. You come over to the home settings. So I want to see the home side of it. What will happen is there'll be a display up here and it'll actually show your tag number. So it's going to show whenever it wants to load, it's going to show your tag number. Okay. So it'll say it up here. Okay. So it's going to have it set up right there for you. You can copy that information. If you don't have it up there, what you need to do is come down into the gear down here. All right. So similar to back where we were, the Setup Assistant. So I'm in the Google Analytics G4 now. Now, again, for you, there might be something set up here. If there's not, follow my steps. So where it says data flowing, because the data's already linked for me. So you're looking specifically for this actual G tag number, okay? So you can see we've already got the stream. We've already got that stream, but this measurement ID is exactly what I'm looking for. So how I went into all those components, you won't need to do that because yours is going to be popping up right there in front of you, but you're specifically looking for this G dash, whatever your number is. Okay. So copy that number. So that's the number that you're going to copy. Now, the way you'll integrate this with your website is what you would do from here is you'll come over to your header, wherever you've got the code installed. So wherever you've got the code installed already on your website, you're going to look for the site tag. All right. So you're going to see this right here on my website. You can see that I've got the G tag. Simply copy that line of code. So copy that. All right. Enter. And paste out that line of code. Okay, let's make it all pretty. To indent it the same. Now, what you'll need to do is go across to your analytics, grab your measurement ID. So copy this. So you want to grab this. And all you're going to do is just make sure you're pasting it within brackets there. You're just pasting that information like that. and then all you would need to do is hit save. Okay, so save changes, do whatever you need to do. Now, because I've already set it up and I've set mine up through Tag Manager, it's a little bit different, but now that will be flowing. Hence why when we come across to my actual admin console, I have the data in there already set up, all ready to go. So again, when this thing wants to load, so this will already have all of my data popping in there like it is now. So that is how you set up Google Analytics G4 with an existing Universal Analytics account. So that's what you want to do. Now, the second part of the video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up if you're completely new to analytics and new information. You haven't set anything up before, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So this is how you'll set up Google Analytics G4 if you've never set up Google Analytics before. So this is what you're going to need to do. So you just type in Google Analytics into Google, and this is basically going to pop up for you. So let's go start measuring. So just click on that, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it test page for us. Let's call it that. So you can call it your website. You can call it whatever you want. Test page for us is what we're going after. Account sharing, let's just leave it as standard. Next. So the property name, what do we want to call it again? What's the time zone we're utilizing? Is it going to be for the States? Is it going to be for any other part of the world? And currency as well. So these things are important. So obviously don't have US dollars if you're in Australia. And if you're in Australia, you want to be using AUD. All right. So that's something important to consider. So next, you can select your industry if you want. Auto, that's us. So small. Next thing is just from there. Now, what do we want to utilize Google Analytics G4? Like, what's our main objective? So this kind of will give you some good insight, but it's not really, you'll need to do it yourself. But generating leads, that's what we want to do with our website, and then just hit create from there. Okay, so United States is going to give you the agreement. You need to go through, read it all, make sure you look at all that. I accept. And now it's basically going to take us to the next step. So you're going to see this thing pop up here. Now, I'm only showing you how to set up Google Analytics G4 on a website. So I'm very specifically showing that. I'm not showing Android apps or iPhone or anything like that. It's just the web, guys. So this is how you set up Google Analytics G4 on your website. So you'll just need to click on web, okay? Now it's going to open up this pop-up here. Now it's very important that you put in your specific website. So don't put in like www. If it's not the root of how it's set up with Google Search Console and your hosting provider. So one way is just going onto your actual website, copying out the domain. So literally copy and then pasting it into here. But like I said, for us, we're just using this as an example for us. Okay, website name. Yep. Cool bananas. That's what we're using. So again, I'm just running you through how you can actually do it. Now, the way you want to set up all of this. So we want to make sure that we're going after it and we're setting it all up appropriately. So you can come across here. All right, beautiful. Well, it's already done it for us. Google knows that we're setting it up. Now, you might have a different type of website. So you might have a Shopify website. I'm using WordPress in this walkthrough, but you might have Wix. You can set it up with these different, with the linking into your CMS. It's better if you install it manually though. So you'll just click on the install manually tab there and copy the code. So you'll just copy the code, and now I'll show you what you would do from there. So I'm just going to minimize that tab, and I'm going to show you to the back end of my website. So you would come into your website. Now, if you don't have these plugins installed, if this is too much for you, just look for the video down below that talks about how to install a header code manager plugin. That's going to show you how to install this, so then you can install the code. So all you would need to do is come down, header footer code manager, all right, add new snippet. And this is all for your website. So you add a new snippet, you'll make sure it's HTML, you'll make sure that it's site-wide. You can say what it is, like G4 Analytics, beautiful. And then you would just paste the code in there. And that is all you would do. You would hit save. Now, I'm obviously not going to do it because it's not for this website. That's the thick and thin of it. But once it's done, it's going to appear like this for you. So your Google Analytics G4 is basically going to show up like this. This is how it's going to look for you, and this is what you want it to look like. Now, it will take a moment to propagate. So it's going to take a moment. It might take 5 minutes, might take 15 minutes. If something's gone wrong, just rewatch this video, walk back through the steps that I showed you, because you might have just put the code in the wrong place. You might have put it as footer. You might have not only copied out half the code. These are types of things that can go wrong when you're installing Google Analytics G4. But now you should know how to install Google Analytics G4 easily, seamlessly. You should be able to pull down the data immediately. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.